So I came out here and I noticed it looked way brighter, and I couldn't figure out why until I looked up. And the canopy of tree that was hanging on my yard had been cut off at the neighbor's end. But I'm gonna check my AC because apparently there was some limb drop off. These things were knocked over. Piece of fence was broken off right there. And this rod, guys, I kid you not, I had just put it back up. I had just put it back up with my little spider plants, convinced that it was going to be nice and sturdy because I didn't have the lantern hanging off of here, which knocked it down the last time. But apparently a limb or something hit it, because look at it, it's bent. And just now as I was driving to the store, I thought I'd better check back here. None of this was knocked over, so I think that my AC lines are going to be okay. It does look like it, but I was worried that a limb or something had hit it. But it looks okay. Take in my last little harvested peppers from one of my plants. They say when they're dry and crackly like this, they have a lot of heat in them. We'll see, because nothing has heat in it. But it has been quite an eventful day and a half. Beginning with our visit to my sister. Oh my goodness. When I tell y'all guys, we witnessed a whole shootout. Kid got shot. He's alive though. Or young person got shot. Cops coming, crime scene investigators, detectives. We saw the whole thing right outside of my sister's living room window. I hadn't seen anything that chaotic and that scary since my teenage days. But let me tell you, with all the gentrification, and y'all know how I feel about that, with all the gentrification in that area, when I tell you the cops took no time in showing up, it was pretty amazing. Kind of irksome for somebody who lived in that neighborhood her whole life and saw things that never got police attention. I mean, really violent, scary things that got no police attention, to now the immediate response, because we are within walking location. Well, my sister is within walking location of one of the most popular growing areas in Dallas right now. But I'm gonna go inside, drink some water, and then I'll settle down and tell y'all a little story, because the weekend turned out nice. It's just when I came home, it's a bit chaotic with an issue we're having. We have serious infestation of, I don't know if they're fungus gnats. I don't know what kind of gnats they are. They're not fruit flies. They're gnats, these nasty little gnats, and they're all over everything, guys. I think, if I understand correctly from what I've been told, they're coming up from the drains with all the rain and everything. They're coming up from the drains. They're sewer gnats, drain gnats. What else do they call them? Fungus gnats. So I have tried all last week these remedies on YouTube and online, all these remedies to trap them, and yeah, it traps a few, but there are so many. It's gotten to the point where it's hard to even eat comfortably because they buzz by you. And I was at my sister's this weekend, and my oldest has just been trying to deal with them all weekend. He said they've now gotten to where they're infesting the cat's food bowls and the litter box, and sure enough, it's really bad. It's gross. I don't know what to do. I'm still looking online to see what to do. I went out and bought some fly sticks, these little fly sticky sticks, and those horrible hood rat tapes that you stick up, you know, those fly tapes. The only time I've ever seen them fly tapes is in hoarder houses, when I watch Hoarders. And the fact that I have to have those hanging in my house right now makes me feel so dirty. Makes me feel so dirty and gross. But these gnats are ridiculous. They're so bad. We're keeping the litter box clean and they're still there. We're keeping the kitchen clean, they're still there. They came out of nowhere. I don't know where they came from. I've done the Drano and boiling water down the drain. I've done the boiling water repeatedly every couple days. Done the bleach. cleaned out the pipes with the snake. I've done everything, covered the drains. We did the bathtubs. We've done everything in every drain in this house, and they're getting worse. They're just getting so annoying, and I don't know what to do. And I feel dirty. I feel dirty. I feel my house is dirty because these nasty things are flying around. So we were contending with that. And then I come home and something told me to check on my plants because I hadn't watered them in 2 days with all the rain that came. I told myself, go ahead and give them a good deep water, and I haven't, guys. I haven't. I get distracted, or it gets too late or whatever, so I haven't done that. So I'm gonna give them a good water today. So I went out in the back to see what's going on back there, and that's when I noticed, you know, the tree canopy gone. But I mean, aside from that, coming home, and I have a sinus headache because we're supposed to be getting more rain tomorrow, or tonight into tomorrow. Standing outside among millions of mosquitoes. But I'm about to go in. It wasn't all a bust. Little dude wanted to go to Thrift Town. So we went to Thrift Town, and we went to Goodwill, and we went to the bins yesterday before we went to my sister's house and got some stuff there. I just haven't unloaded it from the car because it's so hot, you guys. So friggin' hot, and my body's just worn out. We didn't sleep last night being nosy rosies, peeking out the window. All that nonsense happened at 2 a.m. and didn't you know, come to an end until around 3:45, and we were there for all of it, honey, peeking out the blinds. I got some video footage too. I don't know if that's something y'all want to see, but just the process from stopping, apprehending, arresting, crime scene. It's really, really interesting. And what's funny is me and my sister had been up watching First 48. We'd watched 4 episodes of First 48 between gossiping and chit-chatting, and then here we go to bed and wake up to our very own First 48. What's funny is my sister slept through all of it. She slept through the entire thing. Me, my mom, and little dude were up just watching. It was pretty scary. I'll tell you all the story. But I'm gonna go in, and then we can visit a little more. See them? That's just one. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. I just smashed. That's one of 2. They're everywhere. Oh my gosh. And now my ankles are burning because I just got stung by friggin' mosquitoes. And see, all I did was finish off some Kool-Aid and left it here while I went outside to record that little smidgen, and look. They're all over the place. It is so frustrating. It just ugh, it feels so nasty. These are the little Raid sticks that I put by the kitties' bowls. But the thing with them is they have to fly into them, or else they're not going to work. They suggested you put in some syrup to attract them, and I did, but it's still not keeping them out of their food dishes. This is fresh litter. Fresh, clean litter. And they're here and not in any of my houseplants. Okay guys, it's actually Monday. I got in yesterday fighting with those dastardly bugs and just trying to figure something out. I ended up frustrated and tired, and then had to get little dude ready for school the next day, and then I had to run off and go buy some things for the bugs, and it was just a chaotic mess of an afternoon. Went on way too long. I swore the afternoon just dragged. We got here early and the afternoon just dragged on. So I didn't get to do the story time of the first 48. So what happened was, we're at my sister's house, and we usually stay up till like 3, 4 in the morning watching movies, gabbing, gossiping, munching, eating, snacking, doing all kind of stuff, right? But I was pretty exhausted from having been up at 6 in the morning just cleaning the house. I told you guys I feel that my house is filthy, and those little bugs flying around just prompted me to really, really, really get a good deep down clean everywhere I could. And I started around 6 a.m. and I was really, really pooped. I usually sleep with my mommy when I spend the night over there. Well, I sleep on the sofa a lot, but sometimes if my back's acting up, or if I just want to get in there and get some good mama conversation, I'll go in there and sleep with my mommy. Yeah, so. But that evening, well, morning, it was a little after midnight, I guess. I was tired, but not completely sleepy. So I was messing around on my phone, and I didn't want to be in my mom's bedroom, keeping her awake with a little flash from my screen. So I got comfy on the couch, pillows, blankets, and I dozed off. I knocked out. Around 2 in the morning, I hear pa pa pa. In that neighborhood, across the street from that park, there's always some kind of lunatic, bored Nimrod out there doing that. It's just what it is, okay? It's what we grew up around. It's normal. It's what it is, okay? So I heard 3 shots, and then I heard a scream, and then I heard 3 more shots, and then continuous screaming. A girl is screaming. A girl is screaming. No, 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 no. And then, pa, 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 pa. At least, guys, at least 24 shots, at least. So once the shots started like going in succession, I immediately think, oh my gosh, these bullets gotta come down. What goes up must come down. What if they come through the wall? Little dude sleeps in the bedroom right next to the street where I'm assuming all the chaos is happening. So once the succession of shots starts, I'm like, okay, you gotta get to your kid. Listen for glass breaking. Listen for the of bullets coming through a wall. And yeah, I know what that sounds like, unfortunately. So I rolled off the couch, and I'm kind of creeping to the bedroom, and then all the shooting stopped. So I'm like, okay, I didn't hear any glass breaking. I didn't hear anything hitting the walls. It stopped. So I kind of stand up because I'm crouching. You learn. You hear gunshots, you go low. So I kind of go towards the window. There's no more gunshots, but I hear chaos. I still hear the girl kind of screaming. So I'm like, oh my gosh, she's being hurt, right? Or, so I go up to the window with my back up against the bookcase. My mom has their all cop style, and I'm leaning up against the bookshelf, and I do the blinds like so, like that. And I see a girl in shorts, black t-shirt and shorts, 2 short shorts. She was a chubby girl, but that's neither here nor there. She's standing behind a car that's in the middle of the street. She's standing behind a car that's idling. I noticed right away the brake lights are on, and she's like behind the car yelling and screaming, and the car starts to take off, and she runs after it, opens the back door and jumps in, and they take off. I'm like, okay. So I kind of glance over, and I thought it was a dog, guys. I thought it was a dog. I'm like, somebody shot somebody's dog. Oh my gosh, this is horrible. And there was a young man over the dog, kind of like moving it, and I'm like, oh, I can't believe they shot this boy's dog. But then I hear the boy shaking the dog say, nah, bro, come on, bro. Bro, get up, bro. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's a human being. And the dog rolls over, and I see it's a boy. It's a young person. You can tell by the way they're dressed and whatever. It's a dude. And the guy over him, come on, bro. He's trying to pick him up, and the guy's kind of floppy. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I dial 911, and I'm like, I'm at blah 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 blah. I'm across the street from blah 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 park. There was a succession of shots. Somebody just drove off. There was somebody shot on the grass at the park. There's somebody there with him. As I'm on the phone with 911, that same car comes around the corner. I'm like, oh my gosh, the car that just took off from the scene is rolling back. I don't know if they're going to try and finish him off. As soon as that car comes back up, there's a Dallas police officer, I kid you not, bumper to bumper, like right on, literally on his tail. So I'm online with the officers, with the 911, and I'm just like, oh, officers behind him. The car stopped, and then behind that officer comes another officer. I said, there's 2 police officers on scene, and at this point, all 4 police officers get out of the car, guns drawn, pointing at the car, yelling at him. I can't really hear, but yelling at him. I hear yelling. And I think since the cops are there, I can hang up. I haven't had to dial 911 in forever. So I thought I could hang up. And I'm like, okay, the police are here. They have guns drawn. Looks like they have the situation in control. He goes, no, stay on the phone with me. I need you to tell me exactly what's going on. I'm like, okay. if I didn't turn into reporter of the year. I was going detail by detail. Okay, all 4 officers have guns drawn. Suspects in the vehicle are opening the door. There are 2 young males and a female coming out of the car. What kind of car is it? It's a crossover, maybe a Nissan, maybe a Rogue. I can't tell. It's kind of dark, but it's a dark color 4-door car, 4-door crossover. I mean, I am nosy. Okay, me and my sister have this joke where, because I used to back in the day call 911 a lot. We grew up where we grew up. So I was a snitch. I still am. I was a snitch. If somebody's getting hurt, I'm gonna snitch because I don't want nobody to die, you know, and I didn't do anything. So we have this thing ever since I was like 14, 15 years old where 1-800, I seen it all. Mel knows to dial. I'm 1-800. I seen it all. So I was being 1-800. I seen it all, and because I'm seeing it all. So I'm relaying everything that's happening. Where's the person that was shot? And I'm like, it's a younger looking person on the grass sitting up, and police are over there with them, with him. And I stayed on the phone for a while, just kind of giving a brief. And they're like, okay, well, an officer might contact you. Is that okay? I said, yeah, that's fine. If they need to, that's fine. So I gave them the rundown of everything that I saw. And then after I got off the phone with, while I'm on the phone with 911, now that I know the police are there and everything's in control, I'm like, I tell the 911 operator, I need to go check on my son. He sleeps in the bedroom right where the shooting was taking place, adjacent to that street. I said, I need to go check on my son. He's like, okay, go ahead. So I go into the bedroom little dude sleeps in, and it's dark in there, and I'm not stupid. I'm not going to turn on the light, okay? We're right there. I'm not going to turn on the light. So far, we've been crawling around, peeking around in the dark. So I open the bedroom door, and I look on the bed, and he's not there, and he's perched by the window the same way, like this, with his back up against the wall. Mom, I'm over here. I can see everything from here. I'm like, child, you mean to tell me you were standing by the windows while they were shooting? No, Mom, I had the light on. As soon as I heard the yelling and the first 3 shots, I got down real low and I came and I turned off the light. He goes, and then I stayed low. After all the shots stopped, that's when I came to the window because that girl was still screaming, which she was. She goes, because there was a girl screaming. I'm like, internally, I'm like, I done taught my kid well. Too bad that I had to teach my kid to lay low, duck, lights off, up against the wall. It's sad that you have to teach your kids that kind of thing. Sad you have to teach them how to be safe at movie theaters, at school. It's sad, but we've had to have these conversations, and I'm glad that it's stuck in his head because he's never been in a situation like this. Not a full-on chaotic crime, something happening right there, just a window and wall away. So I'm glad what he was taught kicked in. He crawled down off the bed. He laid low. He said he did this to the light switch, turned off the light switch, and then laid low until all the shots stopped. And it wasn't until that happened that he got up to kind of look out the window. And there was this screaming that freaked him out. Because this is screaming that freaked me out. Like somebody, it sounded like somebody was being hurt. And how can you not move, not react? So that was that. And then after that is when we started recording. Because you never know. First of all, I ain't gonna lie, it was very exciting, very interesting. Once everything was all controlled and we knew that the young man seemingly was okay, it was exciting. It was very interesting to watch. Me and my sister had just been watching 48 Hours, and here it was playing out in front of our face like in real life. So I ain't gonna lie, it was exciting. I hadn't seen anything like that in quite some time. But also in the climate of the country, in case anything happened to the suspects, to an officer, in case anything happened, that could have been he said, she said kind of thing. Yeah, girl was recording. But they did really, really well. The officers did really, really well. They handled the situation really well. There's a whole bunch of officers out there, which is not the norm in that neighborhood. I grew up in that neighborhood, and that is not the norm. I was kind of miffed about that. I think I've mentioned it here and there in this video. I was kind of miffed about that, but the fact that they were there and handled the situation, and they were all professional, there was no, violence, there was nothing like that. it was good police work. It was really good police work and very, very interesting to watch. So I'm gonna insert the drama here if y'all want to watch. There's nothing gross. There's nothing gross. There are some snips of the young man who was injured, but there's nothing gross. There's nothing, you know, scary or gory or anything like that. Because I was recording through the slat in the blind eye. Stupid, I can open them freaking blinds all the way. And we were in the dark the whole time. It started around 2 in the morning and it didn't end until about 3:45. But here is some footage of verse 48, Dallas, Texas. You hear the helicopter?
Helicopter?
Yeah, there's a police helicopter in the air. You don't hear it?
I do.
It must not be too bad because the ambulance ain't here, but he got shot somewhere because...
But they didn't take him.
Unless you're waiting for an ambulance because he's been sitting on the grass for a while.
Hmm. I've been asleep. I turned off the TV and I was in bed, but I haven't been sleeping.
They're taking him to the hospital. He's on a stretcher. You see him?
Yeah? How'd you know I was behind you?
No, I knew you were in here somewhere. I just didn't know where. They look like kids. They look like stupid punks.
Why
They ruined your friggin' life. Shooting. You done shot somebody.
Why do kids do that?
They're ignorant. They look young. You just ruined your whole dang life. You're gonna go to jail. You're gonna have a record.
Didn't take that long to come from there.
They were there. They already put the kid on the stretcher, but there's no sirens. I mean, you don't hear an
There's
ambulance.
no siren.
Mm-mm. So he's probably okay, but he definitely got shot in the legs. Look at it. They look young, ma. Bien joven.
And Michael sleeps on that side of the room. I don't like.
That's why I got scared, because I heard shots. I'm like, eh. And then I heard screaming and more shots. I'm like, I know. I started listening for glass breaking. Because it's right there. I'm like, bullet could go through his friggin' room. Pero gracias a... When I went in there, estaba el goofy little kid parado en la otra ventana. I'm okay. I'm looking outside. I can see everything from here. I'm like, please don't let them dang bullets go through that wall. Did you see it all happen, or you looked out when the shots?
I saw a car pulling up. They were like, yeah, yeah, like that.
I didn't even hear it, man. I didn't even hear anything, and I
Like,
was
what'd
awake.
they say? What did they say?
They were just yelling. I didn't hear them.
Did you see the shots?
No, I heard them.
You heard, yeah.
I believe they were going through that house.
Because they were looking at the park for shells. You think they were shooting at a house?
Yeah, they were shooting at a house.
They were shooting at a house?
I didn't see it.
I'm saying, how do you know then?
Because I heard the shots going probably where the house was.
Through something, really?
Yeah.
Wow. You see they're putting out the tape, Peanut?
I saw it. Why the tape, though?
In the crime scene. They're investigating. There's broken glass on the street. I kind of want to go outside and be nosy, but now all them hoodlums are out there. Caleb?
What?
They're putting the tape around the car. I wonder if somebody got shot and killed inside of it. Are they putting the tape around the car?
The guy in the gray shirt looks like he's 19.
They're young.
The one that's looking at his fist.
They're out there with flashlights and putting down those little yellow things where all the bullets are. Y se llama un friego de balas.
I don't remember if I heard anything. You said they were shot?
There es un friego de balas outside on the street. They're marking them right now.
I didn't hear anything. If I heard, I must have thought I was dreaming.
So that was that, and then woke up the next morning and headed home because we had already been thrifting the day before, and we were tired. We'd been up being nosy for hours and then didn't really sleep. We got up kind of early and then headed back home, and then I get home and all the chaos here. I ended up having to go back out, like I said, to get a few things for the bugs, and I had to buy new kitty litter because we keep tossing the little gnat infested one. I mean, the cats barely get to use it. It's just, I mean, whether we dump it or not, I've realized now that they're all over the clean litter anyway, so I'm not going to keep dumping pans of litter. That's going to get expensive. So I'm just going to keep cleaning the box. They're in there whether there's a pee-pee, a poo-poo, or nothing, in it at all. So whatever. But yeah, when I headed back out, it was Sunday, $4 Sunday at Black Friday, and little dude was exhausted. He was at home. He was showering, chilling before school because he's in summer school. And I was just stressed. I was very, very anxious. I'm telling you, my anxiety is peaked because I feel filthy. I just feel the house feels filthy to me right now. Didn't matter how much I cleaned it, it just feels gross. So my anxiety was up here, and I just needed to distract myself. So I went into Black Friday. I found some stuff for $4, guys. That something I've been wanting. I have been wanting it, and I see them at the thrift store all the time, but not complete. But we're gonna talk about that, and I'm gonna show you guys all that in the next video because I hear myself going off on the tangent of all this. But that's for this next video. So I'm gonna upload this one, you guys, and y'all come right back, and we're gonna do the shop with me and the little haul. We went to a couple thrift stores, and we'll put everything all together. But until my next go around, guys, I hope you all had an amazing, safe weekend, and I hope your Monday is going well. Or if you're watching this in the evening, I hope your Monday went well. And until my next go around, which is we're gonna be right back around. I love y'all bunches. Bye.